Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Naurin. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Biden unveils U.S. top court reform plans. Trump agrees to be interviewed in FBI's probe into assassination attempt. Harris slams Trump on abortion issue as 6-week ban takes effect in Iowa. A parody ad shared by Elon Musk clones Kamala Harris' voice, raising concerns about AI in politics. 7 people shot, 2 fatally at a park in upstate Rochester, New York. FDA approves new blood test to screen for colon cancer. Fans are confused about Robert Downey Jr.'s return to Marvel, this time as a villain. Venezuela polls, Nicolas Maduro declared winner. 2 children dead, 9 others injured in a stabbing attack in UK. Bangladesh restores internet as students call off job quota protests. US men's gymnastics wins bronze in Paris Olympics. And Djokovic defeats Nadal at Paris Olympics in 60th and possibly last meeting. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Joe Biden on Monday announced plans for urgent reforms to the conservative-dominated Supreme Court in a bold but long-shot move as he seeks to make a mark in his last 6 months in power. The 81-year-old Democrat is calling for a constitutional amendment to reverse the Supreme Court's recent ruling backing Donald Trump's claims of presidential immunity, according to the White House. The Democrat is also calling for term limits for Supreme Court justices who currently serve for life following shock rulings such as the repeal of the nationwide right to abortion. Biden, who was due to further unveil the plans in a speech in Austin, Texas, later Monday, will also seek an enforceable ethics code after a string of scandals. He had confirmed he would seek the reforms during an Oval Office address last week, outlining his priorities after deciding to drop out of the 2024 election, though the plans have almost no hope of getting through a deeply divided Congress. This nation was founded on a simple yet profound principle: no one is above the law, not the President of the United States, not a justice on the Supreme Court of the United States, no one, Biden said in an opinion piece published. What is happening now is not normal and it undermines the public's confidence in the court's decisions, including those impacting personal freedoms. We now stand in a breach. Donald Trump has agreed to be interviewed as part of an FBI investigation into the assassination attempt against the former United States president, an official said, as questions continue to swirl around the campaign rally shooting. Kevin Rojek, the special agent in charge of the FBI's Pittsburgh field office, said on Monday that the agency wants to get Trump's perspective on what he observed. The former president and Republican Party 2024 presidential nominee has agreed to sit for a standard victims interview, which will be consistent with any victim interview we do, Rojek told reporters. Trump, who has been highly critical of the FBI, was shot in the year during a July 13 rally in Pennsylvania, spurring widespread condemnation and questions about what security measures were put in place before the event. Witnesses say the alleged gunman, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, had taken up a position on a rooftop with a direct line of sight of the rally stage. One rally attendee was killed and 2 were seriously injured in the incident. During Monday's briefing, FBI officials said they had yet to identify a motive for the shooting. Vice President and the Democratic Party's likely 2024 nominee Kamala Harris has slammed former President Donald Trump on abortion rights as a stringent 6-week ban on the procedure entered into force in the U.S. state of Iowa. In a post on social media, Harris dubbed the Iowa law another Trump abortion ban. In November, we will stop Trump's extreme abortion bans at the ballot box, she wrote. Trump, the Republican Party's presidential nominee, has boasted that he was able to kill Roe v. Wade, the legal precedent that had guaranteed abortion rights across the U.S. for decades, but was overturned by the Supreme Court in 2022. Bolstered by a 6-3 conservative majority that included several Trump appointees, the top U.S. court's decision put the question of abortion access largely in the hands of individual states to decide. Iowa's strict abortion law, which went into effect on Monday, immediately prohibits most abortions after about 6 weeks of pregnancy before many women know they are pregnant. Now, 4 U.S. states ban abortions after about 6 weeks of pregnancy, and 14 states have near total bans at all stages of pregnancy. A video that uses an artificial intelligence voice cloning tool to mimic the voice of Vice President Kamala Harris saying things she did not say is raising concerns about the power of AI to mislead with Election Day about 3 months away. The video gained attention after tech billionaire Elon Musk shared it on his social media platform X on Friday without explicitly noting it was originally released as parody. By late Sunday, Musk had clarified the video was intended as satire, pinning the original creator's post to his profile and using a pun to make the point that parody is not a crime. The video uses many of the same visuals as a real ad that Harris, the likely Democratic president nominee, released launching her campaign. But the fake ad swaps out Harris' voiceover audio with an AI-generated voice that convincingly impersonates Harris. I, Kamala Harris, am your Democratic candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate, the AI voice says in the video. It claims Harris is a diversity hire because she is a woman and a person of color, and it says she doesn't know the first thing about running the country. The video retains Harris for president branding. It also adds in some authentic past clips of Harris. Mia Ehrenberg, a Harris campaign spokesperson, said in an email to the Associated Press, "We believe the American people want the real freedom, opportunity, and security Vice President Harris is offering, not the fake, manipulated lies of Elon Musk and Donald Trump." We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. 2 women died and 5 other people were wounded when gunfire erupted Sunday evening at a crowded public park in Rochester, New York. Hundreds of people were at an all-day gathering in Rochester's Maplewood Park when the shooting started around 6:20 p.m., authorities said. Investigators were still trying Monday to determine what prompted the violence and who was responsible, but Police Chief David Smith said multiple weapons were fired. "I looked up and I hear somebody yell, 'He's got a gun, run,'" Rochester resident Shelley Strong told reporters near the scene. Tasia Manning, 25 years old, a city employee, was killed, police said. A second victim, Felicia Council, 34 years old, died later. The 5 other people hit by bullets suffered graze wounds and other injuries that weren't life-threatening, authorities said at a news conference Monday. Before the violence, people were in a celebratory mood, enjoying the warm weather, having a good time, Mayor Malik Evans said. He recalled seeing a stroller and people's shoes at the park in the aftermath. "Our people, our residents, should be able to enjoy the summer in a park, period. But all too often we have individuals in this community that are unmitigated cowards that are okay with shooting women, and 2 of those women lost their life," the mayor said. No suspects were in custody, police said. The Food and Drug Administration on Monday approved Guardant Health's blood test called SHIELD to screen for colon cancer. The test isn't meant to replace colonoscopies but is generating enthusiasm among doctors who say it has the potential to boost the dismal rate of screenings for the second highest cause of cancer death in the United States. SHIELD has previously been available to doctors as a screening tool at an out-of-pocket cost of $895. With FDA approval, Medicare and private insurance companies are much more likely to cover the cost of the blood test, making it more widely accessible for patients. Dr. Arvind Desari, an associate professor in the Department of Gastrointestinal and Medical Oncology at the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, called the approval a welcome development, but he cautioned we will have to wait and see what the impact will be in terms of improving screening and reducing the incidence of mortality. The American Cancer Society estimates that more than 53,000 people will die of colorectal cancer this year. Tony Stark died a hero, but Robert Downey Jr. lived long enough to become a villain. Downey had seemingly finished his Marvel career in 2019 when, after playing Stark across 10 films, his superhero alter ego Iron Man finally died fighting Thanos in Avengers Endgame. But on Saturday, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige surprised the crowd at San Diego Comic-Con when he announced Downey's return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this time as Dr. Doom or Victor Von Doom. Downey, stepping forward to reveal himself on stage, tore off his mask to screaming cheers from the crowd. "New mask, same task," he posted of his return. One of Marvel's most notorious supervillains, Dr. Doom is slated to appear in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, but many online have expressed confusion about the casting choice. Fans are questioning how exactly the role would work, with some speculating that Downey will play a variant of Dr. Doom who is actually an evil multiverse version of Stark, and others wondering if Downey will simply play the character with no links to Iron Man. Dr. Doom wears a face mask, which means Downey's role is expected to involve mostly voice work. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Nicolas Maduro was declared the winner of Venezuela's presidential election Sunday, but the opposition and key regional neighbors immediately rejected the official results. The opposition coalition itself claimed victory after an election campaign tainted by claims of political intimidation and fears of fraud, and following predictions by pollsters that Maduro would lose but was unlikely to concede after more than a decade in power. He won re-election with 51.2% of votes, while opposition candidate Edmundo González Urrutia received 44.2% according to the Electoral Council, which in its majority is loyal to the president. Maduro addressed celebrating supporters at the presidential palace minutes after the announcement. "I can say before the people of Venezuela and the world, I am Nicolas Maduro Moros, the re-elected president of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela," Maduro said. "There will be peace, stability and justice, peace and respect for the law." But the opposition coalition insisted it had garnered 70% of the vote, rejecting the figures from the CNE. With 80% of the votes tallied, according to the CNE, Colombian Foreign Minister Luis Gilberto Murillo called for a total count and independent audit of ballots. 2 children were killed and 9 more were injured in what police described as a ferocious stabbing attack in northwest England Monday morning during a Taylor Swift-themed dance event. A 17-year-old male was later arrested in connection with the violence. The knife attack unfolded in Southport, a seaside town in Merseyside, which is north of Liverpool, Merseyside police said. Authorities were called to a property on Hurd Street at 11:50 a.m. on reports of a stabbing. In update later Monday, police said that in total, 2 children died in the stabbing attack, another 9 were injured, 6 critically. 2 adults were also critically injured in the incident as they tried to defend the children, police said. The children were attending a Taylor Swift-themed event at a dance school when the offender, described as a 17-year-old male from Banks, a nearby village, walked in armed with a knife and started to attack inside the children. Chief Constable Serena Kennedy of Merseyside Police said at a press conference. The teen offender has been arrested on suspicion of murder and attempted murder. He remains in custody and will be questioned regarding the incident. Police earlier said that a knife was seized as well. Bangladesh said it had restored internet services as conditions returned to normal after students called off protests against reforms to job quotas that killed nearly 150 people this month. The agitation, which began in universities and colleges last month, flared into nationwide protests that injured thousands as security forces cracked down, leading to curfew, army patrols on the streets, and internet suspension to rein in the violence. The broadband and mobile internet connectivity has been restored with full functionality by now, the foreign ministry said in a statement on Sunday. Other forms of communications, including land-based and mobile telecommunications, were functional through the entire period of unrest and violence. It added, the government wishes to assure all international partners that the overall situation is turning back to normal thanks to the timely and appropriate measures taken by the government and the people. The United Nations, international rights groups, the US, and Britain were among critics of the use of force against protesters while asking Dhaka to uphold the right to peaceful protest. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,539.37. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 25.11 points or 0.14%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,468.63. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 801.22 points or 2.13%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,891.85. The Shanghai index is increased by 0.95 points or 0.03%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,238.34. The Hang Seng index is increased by 217.03 points or 1.28%. Bombay stock close price is 81,355.84. The Sensex index is increased by 23.12 points or 0.03%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. The US men's gymnastics team took a thrilling bronze in the team event in Paris on Monday, earning the first team medal for the American men since the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing, with razor-sharp performances in all 6 rotations: rings, vault, parallel bars, horizontal bar, floor exercise at pommel horse. Brody Malone, Paul Judah, Asher Hong, Frederick Richard and Stephen Nedersik earned a spot on the podium behind gold medal winner Japan and silver medalist China. Judah and Malone impressed in the second rotation with nearly perfect back-to-back vault routines 14.666 and 14.533 respectively, rounded out by Hong's 14.833. In the final rotation, Team USA seemingly saved the best for last with the 25-year-old pommel horse specialist Nedersik, who scored 14.866 with a stock landing in his only rotation for the team event during the 2024 Paris Games. Novak Djokovic defeated Rafael Nadal at the Olympic Games, claiming a 6-1, 6-4 victory in the Paris 60th and potentially last meeting. It was 24-time Grand Slam champion Djokovic's 31st win in a rivalry that began on the same Roland Garros clay courts in 2006. Nadal was largely outclassed in the much-anticipated encounter on Monday, only coming briefly to life when he won 4 games in a row in the second set. "I'm very relieved," said Djokovic. "Everything was going my way. I was 6-1, 4-0 up, but I played a sloppy service game and gave him chances." He added, "I never thought back in 2006 that we would still be playing each other almost 20 years later." Despite his defeat on Monday, Nadal still has hopes of a gold medal in the men's doubles, where he is playing alongside Carlos Alcaraz. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden unveils US top court reform plans. Trump agrees to be interviewed in FBI's probe into assassination attempt. Harris slams Trump on abortion issue as 6-week ban takes effect in Iowa. A parody ad shared by Elon Musk clones Kamala Harris' voice, raising concerns about AI in politics. 7 people shot, 2 fatally at a park in upstate Rochester, New York. FDA approves new blood test to screen for colon cancer. Fans are confused about Robert Downey Jr.'s return to Marvel, this time as a villain. Venezuela polls, Nicolas Maduro declared winner. 2 children dead, 9 others injured in a stabbing attack in UK. Bangladesh restores internet as students call off job quota protests. US men's gymnastics wins bronze in Paris Olympics. And Djokovic defeats Nadal at Paris Olympics in 60th and possibly last meeting. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago Video Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.